BlackRock is setting up the trap of the century on Bitcoin. And if you don't understand what's about to happen, and more so not be able to prepare, don't worry, this video is going to show you exactly what's about to happen, how to prepare for it. But if you do not do that, you are screwed, hosed, f***ed, anally obliterated by a gorilla, fisted by a rhino. You are a man 15 laxatives deep after a Chipotle binge on his wedding day. You are a Cardano holder's wife on a Friday night on a date with another man, aka because what is about to happen is about to catch so many people off guard and also melt quite a many faces. Because what we're seeing is an absolute trap. It is a bait and switch. And if you understand it, which you will, if you can just give me 5 minutes in this video. I realize you're ADHD, you're probably on 5 different uppers while taking your morning shit right now watching me. You got 6 Zen packs in. You're about to have a heart attack on the toilet right now as you watch me. But if you can just reel in that ADHD and your craziness for just 5 minutes, this video is going to save your life. It is going to allow you to make stupid amounts of money here very soon. Inherit the world kind of shit. But if you're not prepared to take advantage of this, if you don't set up and do the things I'm going to show you in this video. And this is going to be some really down-to-earth, fundamental stuff that most people in crypto, especially new people getting into it, if you have less than 2 years getting into this, you're about to get rocked because you don't understand how to prepare for this. But if you don't do the things I'm going to show you in this video, you're going to miss out on so much, even if you get in on what's about to happen. And even if you make a lot of money, the chances are you're going to lose all your money like everybody else does if you don't take these steps. I saw this happen over and over and over last bull run. It almost happened to me. This video is going to save you and give you a nice, clean, chunky exit at the end of this bull run that's about to happen. Heck, you're even going to see everything that BlackRock and all institutions are doing right now that is going to allow you to just swoop in like the Zen-fueled Batman you are and walk away with all these gains nice and cozy. Because if you see what BlackRock is legitimately doing here, you can see that there is obviously a bull run imminent, especially on Bitcoin. That's going to trigger crazy cascades of rotation into all the smaller coins, which are going to pump 10, 15, 20x's and allow you to finally get those crypto-like gains that everybody's been talking about for the past 4 years that haven't appeared. Been wonderful making content about this flat-ass market for 4 years. I've really enjoyed it. But on a serious note, these 5 steps I'm going to give you in this video, if you just do these things, you need to do them now. You have to start on them right now. If you just do these things, you're going to set yourself up to A, make so much more money in what's about to happen, and B, not lose all of it. Because like I just said, people are about to be caught super duper oofatively offsides. Just like I've been pointing out on my Twitter at ZSS Becker. You should follow me there because I make posts way faster than I make these videos. Everything I'm about to talk about here, including a lot of the coins I'm about to mention and projects I'm about to mention very subtly in these videos, and I'm not just going to list them because I know you guys love to come to this channel, do zero research, and then face smash your way into these coins, not knowing what you're doing, and then lose all your money. I know that's why you come here. Don't worry. I will give you an opportunity to go bankrupt here and then blame me for it here very soon. Don't you worry. But everything I'm about to talk about in this video, again, you're going to see it at ZSS Becker much sooner. On Twitter, X, Elon's fun machine, as we like to call it now. But seriously, let me show you what's being set up here. All right, so let's talk about what we're seeing right here, right now. If you've noticed the past few months, actually the last year after the ETF has been approved, there was an initial big bump in Bitcoin. Now, you have to understand, this is the first cycle where we're actually seeing huge amounts of institutional money roll in. In fact, we've been talking about this happening in crypto for years and centuries almost. Ever since the dawn of the dinosaurs, cavemen were caved around their fires saying, man, I think eventually countries and institutions are going to buy this dumb shit and we're going to dump on everybody. Otis, Bruno, which were the only caveman names back then. You were either a Bruno or an Otis. And your only sole focus was not hunting Tyrannosaurus Rexes. It was It was dumping Bitcoin on institutions. But let's get serious here. The thing you need to understand about institutions is they don't play fair. And they're very sneaky, and they also control the entire media. Okay, every news station, everything, it's all owned by BlackRock and these institutions. Everything that the retail normies are doing, all the things that average Joes and people that work normal jobs and people that don't have this degenerate, terrible hobby that we have called crypto, they are controlled by these institutions. Now, before we saw BlackRock even mention their ETF, we saw suspicious amounts of Bitcoin being bought way down here. Okay, and they start announcing their ETF release after they got enough down here. But what's happening right here is the same thing again. We're seeing Bitcoin hovering around here and not moving. It looks very, very boring. And if you ask any normal person on the street, or go ask your parents, go ask your friends, go on your neighbor's door, knock on it, ask them, what's the price of Bitcoin? They don't know. They have no idea what the price of Bitcoin is. And we're actually right next to all-time high. But if you ask most people, you look at Bitcoin search volumes, you look at the video views on YouTube, nobody even knows what's going on in crypto right now. They don't know we're up 3-4x this year just on Bitcoin. Gosh forbid you look at coins like Solana or something like that that's up 20x. That being said, this price action right here is very disappointing because we got the ETF and then it's just hovered between 60 and 70K forever now, 4 or 5 months. You have to understand what the institutions are doing right now. They are not buying Bitcoin and coins off of exchanges. That's where the price is going to be influenced the most because people go in and they bid. And if you don't know how exchanges work by now in crypto, you never will. So don't worry about worrying about the nuances. You don't need to understand where you're investing all your money at. You just need to watch some guy on YouTube who screams rhino fisting jokes for information and call it a day. What you have to get is that BlackRock is buying all their Bitcoin off of exchanges. This means they're doing deals where they just wire, pay for it straight up, and then someone sends them the Bitcoin. This does not affect the price immediately. Why? Because it's not reflected in the bids on exchanges. It's just bought over. They could be buying Bitcoin for 60,000 right here. They could be buying it for 65,000. They're just finding people that are selling their Bitcoin privately and doing large bulk deals of it, which is very common in crypto. A lot of people buy their huge amounts off of exchanges, one, because of the fees, two, because if it's big enough, it messes with the liquidity and then drives the price up, causes the surge in pricing as you're buying it. This is the absolute last thing institutions want as they funnel their money and all their clients' money into Bitcoin. So why is this important? Because unlike every other asset on planet Earth, I'm sure you know that Bitcoin is finite. There's 21 million coins. What is going to happen right here? I can almost feel it in my jellies. I can almost guarantee it. By the way, this is not financial advice. Read the disclaimer 5 times in a row. This is financial suicide, actually. You should not be doing this. This is the worst thing you can ever do in your entire life. Do not invest in crypto. 95% of people lose all their money. This is so stupid. But if you're really committed to being here, let's talk about how we're going to benefit from this. So what's going to happen as soon as BlackRock and these institutions either A, have enough Bitcoin or run out of over-the-counter deals to do, what's going to happen is then they're going to trigger the news and the media. So you have to really get right now, if you look at search volume of Bitcoin and crypto right now compared to the last bull run, which was in 2020 to 2021. There's almost 1/10 of the search volume that was happening back then. The interest is down 90% from where we were then. You were seeing videos. I could make a video of myself playing a banjo and singing Wonderwall and just put crypto in the title and get 800,000 views on YouTube easy. Search volumes on Google were at crazy record highs for Bitcoin and crypto. Why? Because on the news, every single day they were talking about Bitcoin and all the crypto investments. It's absolute crickets in the news. Why is it like this? Because trust me, BlackRock and these institutions, they don't play fair. They own the news. All the news stations, the reason why you see them all saying the same exact political message or the same exact messaging or the same things, regardless of what's going on, it's they're all owned by the same people. And these same people are the ones buying all the Bitcoin right now. Now, what is going to happen as soon as they reach the point that I just discussed is then it's going to be all over the news. People are going to go to Coinbase. And again, Bitcoin is finite. I don't know why I'm highlighting the price, but just that means finite. This means it's going to run out. And so what's going to happen is all these people are going to go to exchanges and there isn't going to be much Bitcoin left, at least not at these prices. And the price is going to skyrocket because there's simply no Bitcoin to buy. It's like you're in a neighborhood with 10 houses, all 10 houses are sold, and then one person decides to sell their house. This house is going to be significantly overvalued because there's just no other houses on the market. A better example would be you're on a boat and there's 10 life rafts and all these institutions have been filling the life rafts and buying their tickets on these life rafts dirt cheap. And then they're going to blare news that, hey, the ship is sinking and there's going to be one life raft left and everybody else left on the Titanic is going to be bidding on that one life raft. And the value of life rafts are going to shoot through the roof. So when this happens, Bitcoin is going to pump past $100,000. Now, last video I talked about exiting and when we need to be taking profits or anything like that. I'm not going to do that in this video. You can just go watch that video. It's a very good video. Best video I ever made in the last year. Most important video as well. This is the second most important video. Now, when Bitcoin crosses 90,000, 100,000, it's going to be all over the news because BlackRock wants this thing to pump. Then what's going to happen is it's going to pump and people are going to think, oh, where do I make money next? And they're going to start going and doing the same exact thing they did last one and trying to get into all these other coins right here. Then they're going to get into the lower coins and everyone holding alts, everybody holding these coins right here is going to make tons and tons and tons and tons of gains. And guarantee you the institutions are also piling into Ethereum, piling into Solana, and probably picking their favorites and picking coins they're going to pump and dump right here. Institutions are just like YouTubers. They're just like crept influencers. They love to pump their bags, but they do it on a scale that's immensely bigger than we could even fathom. That's what's about to happen. And trillions of dollars are going to move into the crypto market. So, how do we prepare for this? Very, very simple. One, we just got to be exposed to the market. But the most important thing you need to understand right now is that when this happens, it's going to catch most people off guard. And what happens every single bull run is going to happen again, and it's going to happen to you. People don't prepare for these type of moves, and so they don't set up all the fundamentals they need to take advantage of these moves. They don't have exchange accounts. They don't have multiple exchange accounts. They don't have a cold wallet set up. They don't understand how to trade off chain. And so what I'm going to do in this video, instead of just yelling coins at you to buy or talking about what's going to pump, I'm going to actually do you a solid here and tell you what you should actually be doing to stop you from being a frustrated Frederick during this run and not being able to get on any of this. What most people do is they wait till the last minute and then they try and do all these things. This results in them taking all sorts of risky trades, not being positioned, not knowing how to enter positions till it's too late, and they end up being exit liquidity because they're moving too damn slow when all of this starts. What you need to be able to do is be able to trade off chain, move coins around, and be perfectly positioned to take advantage of this when it happens. So I'm going to give you a series of steps that you need to do right now as soon as this video is done, and then you need to squat on this. I don't know when the bull run is going to happen, and if Trump loses or we see some crazy thing break off, this is off the table. But it's looking like Trump's probably going to win. It's looking like there's going to be some big Bitcoin rebound and all this stuff's going to happen. Blackrock's going to put all the news. It's going to be great. Money, number go up. I think I've made that point clear. But let's talk about the things that you need to do right now. This is going to be kind of boring, going to be kind of basic fundamentals. This is going to save your butt better than any coin pick video I could ever give you. Now, when those times come, you're going to want to be following me at ZSS Becker. That's where I'm going to be talking about what's happening in the market, projects I'm looking at, and that's where you can get updates much faster on what's going on. However, again, you must do these fundamentals. So bear with me. Give me the next 5 minutes. This is going to change everything for you and stop you from getting wrecked. So the first thing you need to do right now is you need to set up on a cold wallet. I'd show you my cold wallets with me right now, but I don't keep them on me for obvious reasons. Now, people are going to say things like not your coins, or not on your cold wallet, not your coins. Why do you want a cold wallet? A cold wallet is something on a Trezor, a Ledger, whatever. This is just a little thumb drive stick thing that allows you to self-custody your coins. This means nobody can access them, nobody can move them except for you. This is basic crypto 101. But the reason why you want to have these wallets is one, because the exchanges are famous for not having the coins that they say are on your profile. There's so many people that went on last run. FTX, for example, they had millions and millions of dollars on FTX, and then FTX went down. And it was actually, they weren't holding any coins whatsoever. And then everybody lost all their money. That's the most glaring reason. But the other reason why you want this is because exchanges go down. They're wildly undependable in a bull run. And you need to be able to do transactions and sell your coins and move coins around when the exchanges are down, because that's when most of the action is going to be occurring. Now, the last thing you ever want to do in a bull run is be waiting till action is occurring to sell or buy. Okay, if you're buying when exchanges are being flooded, that's when the coin is pumping or the coins are dumping, you've already really messed up. You need to be selling when things are gradually going up or pumping, and you need to be basically doing things when other people are not doing things. That's how you know you're probably making the right moves. You need to have a cold wallet. Now, on top of this, with these exchanges, you need to have multiple exchange accounts, because what you're going to need to do when you sell your coins on your wallets or whatnot is you're going to need dependable exchanges. Now, when you go and set these accounts on exchanges, you need to get fully set up accounts with higher trading limits. What's going to happen? Everybody does this. They buy tons of coins, they take them off chain, and then they try and exit, and then they don't have an exchange account to convert them into dollars into, or their exchange limits are like $5,000 a day, max. So I've seen people be up millions and millions in crypto, but they have no way to get their dollars out of it. And then they have to go through the verification process and do all these things. Now, the reason why you want multiple fully set up exchange accounts, talking about one account on Coinbase, one account on another exchange, one account on Binance, find all the reputable exchanges, have accounts on them. Be fully verified. Why should you do this now? Because the verification process is pretty easy and simple right now. If you were trying to get verified in the middle of a bull run, good luck. It's going to take you a month to get your upper limits increased, even to get verified to move coins in and off the exchange. It's just not going to work out. It's going to be terrible. So have those set up now so that you have a place to offload your coins. Now, what else should you do on top of this? Have multiple bank accounts and make sure your bank accounts are crypto friendly. So many people, they send all their money in from Wells Fargo or Lord knows what. They send it all into the exchanges, then they make all this money, then they try and send the money to their bank account two things happen. One, they're not verified in the exchanges. They don't have enough transaction history. So the money just gets frozen and reviewed. Well, guess what happened when the money is being frozen and reviewed on these exchanges? It just sits there forever because they don't have the supplier, the customer support people to properly review and verify everything going on when millions of people are hitting exchanges. So one, have them all verified. Two, have multiple bank accounts because there is a chance that your bank account will get frozen and reviewed when you send money in. The reason why banks do this, everybody gets mad, they think the bank's trying to lock down their money. No, it's because crypto's famous for money laundering and you have millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, however much you're sending in, that's coming out of nowhere. And their number one thing is they have to stop money laundering and they have to stop weird money amounts coming in that are not backed, because what a bank does is they front you the money when the money comes into your account. It's technically not there yet. It's technically not in their bank yet. So if it turns out to be fraudulent or something like that, they're on the hook for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why they do this stuff most of the time. It's all because they're trying to stop you from getting into crypto. Like everyone's going to post on Twitter, I guarantee, when this bull starts. So what you need to do, have multiple bank accounts and be pretty consistent with sending money back and forth between exchanges so you can trigger those warnings on the accounts if you're going to get them. For example, Bank of America will lock your account for like a month while they're reviewing it. That happened to me. I can move money out in and out of banks just fine now. Preferably though, you should have bank accounts in other countries. Now, I'm not talking about doing anything weird here or avoiding paying taxes or anything like that, but these banks are a little bit more lenient. If you have bank accounts in Dubai or whatnot, you're just going to have a lot more time easier time transacting with crypto. It's just simple because they're much more used to this kind of stuff. These are not hard to set up. You should do them. On top of that, if your bank does lock it, you're going to want some other place to send the money to. Finally, when you're sending money to banks, don't send it all at once. Send a little bit at a time. When you're sending money to exchanges, send a little bit of money at a time. Don't send it all at once because sometimes that will trigger a big old hold on the account and then all your money is locked there. So it's way better to trickle it in. The next thing you need to be able to do is trade off chain. This can be done using something like Uniswap. If you're unfamiliar with this, which a lot of people are, most people in crypto don't trade on chain. This allows you to basically take your cold wallet, plug it in, and then trade without anyone's permission. You can just trade in and out of coins at your whim. You don't need an exchange or anything like that. Exchanges do have more liquidity. If you're trading huge amounts of money, then yeah, you're going to want to use exchanges. But we're usually trading mid caps, altcoins, small coins, which you can trade on these. So for example, I can go trade my ETH for, I don't know, anything. Let's say we want to trade it for ApeCoin or something smaller. I don't know, Pepe or meme coin. We can trade in and out of this super easily. And so we can do all of our trading here. Now, if you follow this channel, you should already be in all your positions. You shouldn't be trading left and right like a fiend during the bull. You should just be sitting and holding. This is going to work better for 99% of people. If you're watching this channel, you are not a trader. If you've not been successfully trading with profit in and out of trades for the last 10 years, you're not good enough to trade this market. I'm sorry, this is not the time to pick up a new skill set. This is the time to sit down and be a stupid person and just hold. So you shouldn't be using these decentralized exchanges too much. But when the time comes, this is where you're going to want to exit at, because then you can just exit and then calmly keep your money in your wallet until you want to liquidate it or whatever by sending it to exchange and sending it to your bank account. You need to master using these damn things. If you're not using these things, you are by far getting the sloppiest of sloppy seconds in crypto. This is where all the action happens first. This is where all the coins launch and make all their money at. You need to master using decentralized exchanges. Most people don't know how to use it. On top of it, you need to learn how to use basic swap sites like any of the ones I just Googled right here. Just coin swap sites. They're not rare. Changelly, Simple Swap, whatever. This allows you to send money to these sites and then they will send you money back in different coins. I know it sounds sketchy as heck when I've moved millions of dollars through these sites to get between chains when I'm in a little bit of a pinch and need to move money around or move my liquidity around. These are the sites that are going to save your butt because this will allow you to move between in chains or get access to a lot of coins that you couldn't normally via these, okay? So learn how to use these as well. This is right up there with knowing how to use decentralized exchanges. Lastly, both of the heavy times that I said before when people are flooding exchanges and everyone's panicking are going to apply to Ethereum, these decentralized exchanges, and the swap sites. When everybody's flooding and panic selling, you're going to see the prices going nuts and the liquidity going nuts in these sites, and it's going to be a bad time to sell. So again, those same problems are going to apply here, but you have your coins and access to them. Now, this next tip right here is some more overarching advice that's going to make you much more effective because, again, you're not a trader and you're not good at this. Okay, I'm bad at this, but I'm really good at getting in early and then just holding. aka the idiot method, which is what 99% of people need to do. What you need to do in crypto is when this bull starts, everyone's going to be talking about the next big thing and jumping between things left and right and going just bonkers, ADHD all over the place, because they're idiots. And they're going to get into 15 different niches, 100 different coins, and then the market's going to crash. They're not going to be able to exit all of them. They're not going to know what's going on with the coins. It's a disaster. What you need to do is you need to pick 2 to 3 industries or niches in crypto and to just master those. So for example, on this channel, I think the biggest pumps are going to come from gaming and AI. I also think meme coins are going to do pretty well, but I don't really touch meme coins that much. Might in the future, not so much right now. Now look, it's so much easier to keep track of your bags and understand what's happening in these particular niches and your particular coins if you're only focused on a few niches in crypto. Now, when I say niches, I don't mean like Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are like the big giant coins that make up every portfolio. I'm talking about the smaller coins that make the really huge gains that we like to trade in and out of on this channel. If you're trying to be in 10 different markets, you're trying to be in the DePIN and in the DeFi space and in AI and in gaming and in real world asset space and all these other things that are going on in crypto, you're not going to be able to keep up with it. So my advice is find 2 to 3 niches, I would say just 2, and focus exclusively on those. That's going to allow you to just sit here boring, laser focused, watch your niches and coins and these, and know exactly what's going on and never be lost. You're not going to have to be going to YouTube channels and be like, what's going on in the markets? Is this coin going to pump? What's next, Alex? What's next? No, you can just sit here and you already know, because it doesn't take that much effort to master 1 or 2 niches in crypto. For example, I know gaming crypto like the back of my hand. I know AI crypto like the back of my hand. It's not that much information to keep up with. So I can just sit here, very boring, and know exactly what my coins are doing, why they're going up or why they're going down every single day. And more importantly, know when to exit them and then easily exit them, because they're all kind of tied into each other. That's my biggest advice to you if you're into this right now. Whether you're an expert or a complete beginner here, do not be in 15 different niches. Master 1 or 2. Next, build a network based around these niches. So for example, in crypto gaming, I have the biggest and bestest NFT gaming networking group in the space with Elliott Trades and our other partner Firestorm called Neo Tokyo. This is essentially where every single big name, big project, big investor in the gaming space is. You can look at the screen here. There isn't a big project in crypto gaming that is not inside Neo Tokyo. Now, is my point here to shill this to you so you buy? Well, yeah, sort of. But you have to understand when you buy a Neo Tokyo NFT, you're not buying it for me, you're buying it for one of the holders. So this shill is slightly innocent. But what it does is it gets you inside the Discord with all these people in the space, and that plugs you directly into the industry. Now, regardless of whether you want to join Neo Tokyo or not, that's an example of building a network. When you are doing this, you want to go and join very exclusive or high-level Discords or private groups with people that know what they're doing. And then you want to sit there and watch that for the pulse. That way you can easily just come in, when you log in, check out the news every single day when you're in the middle of a bull run, you jump into these networking groups and you just chat with people, maybe 15, 20 minutes a day, and you're gonna have a really good beat on what's going on. You're gonna get tipped off on things way faster than everybody else. So for example, like in crypto gaming, Neo Tokyo, people get access to all sorts of seed deals or early access to crypto games and their assets. And also, if something's happening in that niche, it's known there within minutes and seconds inside that Discord. That's a huge advantage to anybody investing in crypto gaming. There's similar things for AI. There's similar things for every single niche. I'm not trying to pump Neo Tokyo too much here. I'm just giving you a really good example because that's like the defining example in crypto gaming. Whatever you're doing, build little networks. You want to have 5 or 6 different Telegram groups or Discord groups that you're in with people that actually know what they're doing and are exposed to this. Then you go and share things, they go and share things. It's going to make you much more powerful. And you need to set those networks now. What people do is they wait for the bull run to start and then they frantically try and join all these things and you just end up with a bunch of networks of scrubs. Right now, no one's really in crypto. I know the price looks high in Bitcoin, but again, the search volumes and video views are just dumpster level. So you get in these now, you make friends with people that actually know what they're doing now, and you build a little bit of a network and rapport with people that know what they're doing now. So that when the bull actually comes and things start to pump, you and your buds are just locked in and like, okay, let's do this. You're not all scrambling, trying to find different Discords and Telegram groups, joining paid influencer groups, trying to get tips. You already know what's going on. And then you just calmly trade the bull and then you leave. Finally, I also suggest that if you are new to this, if you're already in crypto, you're already on crypto Twitter. But if you're new to this, go on crypto Twitter and start building a good follow list. First of those should be ZSS Becker at Twitter because my Twitter is awesome. And I like to think I'm not absolutely full of like a lot of other influencers in the space. That being said, go to Twitter and follow reputable names in the space. When you first get to crypto Twitter, you're not going to know who that is. So just follow and just kind of like watch and figure it out. You're going to see who the big names are in certain different things. For example, like Elliott Trades is really authoritative in gaming. You're going to say Murad is like the king of meme coins, and you're going to see who everybody's following and whatnot. Now, the goal of this is not to follow these accounts and get tips. You're never going to actually get any real benefit or like early tips from Twitter, unless you're following like really small up and coming accounts. You can get some really good tips and alpha from those, but if you're new to this, you're not going to know who that is and you're not going to know how to judge it, which is why you should start now. And in 6 months from now, when everybody's foaming at the mouth, you already know what's going on. You know who to trust. You know who's had good picks. Go on that, do your research, build a follow list. Just get it done. And those right there are essentially my tips for this bull run. If you do those things right there, you're going to be set up so much better to succeed here. It's going to save your butt. The final thing I will tell you as well is do not go, this is the bonus tip, do not go and put your profits on sites that promise you passive returns. So for example, last run, you had BlockFi, you had Anchor Protocol, you had all these protocols where you could put your money or convert your money and then they would pay you back like 10% a year, 15% a year. That sounds like a great deal. And they're like, oh, look, it's on chain, it's trustworthy, look at the algorithms. I'm not saying these things are exclusively a scam. A lot of them actually have good intentions. Like I think Anchor Protocol was not meant to crash and lose everybody's money, but they do. Just when you take profits in this bull, when you take your money out, just keep it in USDC or some type of stable coin. Now, stable coins are even kind of risky. So you could convert into Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's likely going to take a dive at some point. So you just have to be aware of that. Or just convert it into dollars or gold, I don't know, and just let it sit somewhere. You're going to be so drunk at the end of this run that you're not going to have the ability to think well when it comes to storing money. You're not going to see the value of money the same way for a few months. It's better just leave it in a wallet or private somewhere in a stable coin or dollars or something like that. I know that's boring. Everyone's be like, no, you got to do like a backflip and then do all these cool farming techniques with it. That's how everybody loses all their money every single time. Just calm down, let it chill, cool off for a few months, and then you can go and invest it or put it in stocks or something like that. You can easily just put it in a savings account right now and make 5% on it annually. Just do that. Just do that. So those tips right there are kind of basic, fundamental, boring tips that nobody does. And everybody waits the last second to do all those things I just talked about. And then guess what? It doesn't work the last second due to the crazy demand that happens in a bull run. And everybody gets stuck and they end up FOMOing into things and getting locked into things and not being able to enter trades at the right time. They see opportunities pop up, but they don't have money on the right chain, or they don't have money in their wallets, and they're not able to trade the coins. And they just keep missing out on everything and becoming liquidity because they're the last to everything. In crypto, we make money killing all the people that are last. That's where all of our gains come from. So like, don't be last. So that all in all, that being said, that's the video. Do these things. It will save you. I don't have anything else to add. Follow me on Twitter at ZSSBecker, and I'll see you in the next video.